Hello everybody and welcome to Vinland Saga episode 16 anime review. Much like last week, this episode felt like a paradigm shift. There's a shift in the winds and all that. I feel like our big, well, moderately big army is going to be reduced now to a small, closely knit strike force, if you will. But they're not really a strike force, they're just a few people. But maybe not. Maybe I'm over or underthinking that. Overthinking it, we'll go with, because a lot of people. I mean, who knows? You said like half of them are still on his side, so who knows? But yeah, it was interesting because honestly, I don't know if there was hints that the rest of the troop was slowly like not even like thinking of betrayal like throughout the other series. I wonder if you could like see things in their eyes or whatever. Very curious because I caught me a bit by surprise when they were all being all sneaky and distrustful and planning betrayal. It was good. I think this second half of Vinland Saga I'm getting more into it than the first. I think, which is helping my enjoyment quite a bit. But anyway, let's crack on with the episode and see what happened and everything this week. Like I said, I think in the grand scheme of things, not too much happened, but in the less grand scheme of things, the small scheme. There was stuff going down. So we open up with an owl just ripping someone's ear off and eating it. Like, gross. That's not even the most disgusting bit. Later on, the owl eats someone's eyeball and it's just dangling. It's not like that. That's exactly what it was. But yeah. Then we pick up basically where we left off. They've deliver Ragnar's body to the prince. Like, look, he's dead, prince. He's dead, he is. And then the prince freaks out a little bit, and Thorfinn really doesn't want to guard him. He's like, Thorfinn, you guard him, and he's all like, no. Remember when Thorfinn was the main character? I remember that. Yeah, like he really hasn't had much to do, but that's fine because, you know, focusing on other characters is a good thing. More characters that are developed, that's good. Askeladd's an interesting character. The prince is getting could very easily turn very interesting. I think he's going to, the way it's going. But yeah, would like them to do a bit more with Thorfinn. But that's all I'm going to say on that. And later on, Askeladd says, like, I choose my own lord. And then he throws out a JK, just kidding. This is to Bjorn he's talking to later. Should have made that clearer. And he's like, I took a gamble with this. If the prince is useless, we'll just get rid of him. So he's not going to be useless at this point. Pretty important character, I would say. They're trying to get info out of a guy. They're torturing him, you know. And basically want to know about the reinforcements, how they knew where they were, and all that other good stuff. And then he gets some shears and starts cutting his fingers off to get what he wants, and it's, yeah, a lot of like squirm, a lot of bits that made me squirm in this week's episode. I'll definitely say that. Then he calls them beasts, the guy being tortured, I guess, and Askeladd then gives a history lesson about how the Anglo or the Saxons or whatever weren't the first people to own the England land, and there was the Romans, and then there was the Celts, and telling all the stories and all that of the past history and all that. And then he, with his shears, after doing all this, he shouts at them because he's like, "You're lying to me," and then he starts cutting off his nose, or he's about to. When he went for the nose, man, I was like, don't do it. I winced, man. It was, I guess that's a good thing. But then before he can properly cut off his big nose, the scout, or is it Ear is his name, E-A-R, or not his name, but his, I guess, code name? It might be his birth name, who knows? I wouldn't put money on that though. He comes and tells them, hey, the enemy reinforcements are really near, really close. It's Torkel, the other guy says. He's like, I'm gonna watch you Danes kill each other. It's Torkel, mother flippers. Censor, because YouTube. Then we cut to Mr. Torkel. He says, don't kill the prince or Thorfinn for different reasons. Thorfinn, he wants to play with, and the prince, they sort of need him alive. So, and then on their way out, back to the good guys, I guess. I guess they're the good guys. We'll call them that. The prince is basically playing up. He's misbehaving. He's like, I don't want to go. I want my cream crackers, and I'm not leaving till I get my cream crackers. Askeladd slaps him, and then the prince looks straight into his eyes and then says, you bastard. So maybe, my gut feeling is telling me the prince might have figured out what actually happened to Ragnar based on that brief interaction they have and the look in his eyes. I just get the feeling he can tell. So now he's going to want to kill Askeladd as well. But Thorfinn's going to be like, no, it's my kill. Or something. Something like that. Maybe that's going to be it. Maybe they're both going to hate Askeladd. And that's how they're going to bond or something. I'm not sure. Some of Askeladd's men are going to desert. And he basically says, you can desert if you want. You can wait here for Thorkel's men and join them. And then they zip off. The Askeladd and his men he's got, Thorkel's men are chasing. The chase is on, as they say. So those deserters didn't survive. Thorkel just cuts them all up. There's like half a face that goes flying off. And I literally mean half a face, like just the top half. Pretty grim stuff. They all die, and then they continue on their way. We go to Askeladd. He destroys a bridge, or he gets his team to destroy a bridge. The drunk priest is there looking for more booze, and they've got none. Canute is sad and depressed. He's like got the hair overhanging his eyes, you know. The water below the bridge is shallow, so those two brothers, whose names I don't remember, they're confused as to why they're cutting down the bridge, because it's shallow, you know, they can get past anyway. Askeladd does actually have good reason, though. Before that, though, he gives Bjorn and Thorfinn special orders. He's like, move the prince over here, Bjorn, you're in charge, and Thorfinn, you ride with him. So basically, they're like his most trusted disciples, I guess. I guess maybe he trusted Bjorn because of their earlier discussion they had a bit earlier, where he was like, why do you follow me? Like that. With Thorfinn, obviously, he knows Thorfinn's not going to betray him because, I mean, he's not really on his side, you know. He's working with him for the promise of a duel, so he's never going to betray him because he doesn't want to beat him like that. He wants to beat him honourably. So, I guess Thorfinn is like the most trusted ally he's got, despite the fact that he wants to kill him, which is a weird dynamic they've got. I'm going to be honest, but it works, you know. Basically, Askeladd realizes his army is completely fractured, and they're going to start fighting soon. There's like those brothers are planning underneath the bridge. They're like, we're going to betray Askeladd and take the prince for ourselves. The bridge goes down. They start going on their way. The enemy is right there. They're literally like just like, hi guys, you're waving, hello. Thorkel then skewers like 6 dudes with a throwing spear. It was pretty impressive actually. Like javelin. Sign up for the Olympics, Mr. Thorkel. I might have said Thorfinn then. I meant Thorkel. And then Askeladd explains to everyone why they destroyed the bridge as they're starting to kick off. He's like, we destroyed it because to get across, they'd have to abandon their cargo. So, and then they wouldn't be able to continuously persist us because they get no food. Fair enough, I thought that's a reasonable thing. That makes sense. That's strategy. The rest of Askeladd's crew doesn't really doesn't agree with that. They turn on him. They surround him. And then, yeah, at the end, Thorkel's smiling, and then people are like walking past him. I don't know if that's his own team, like just preparing to move, or if that's like Askeladd's forces just giving up and going, hey, we give up, we're just going to leave now. Regardless, Askeladd might be in a spot of bother at this point. So like, in terms of like actual people that he's got definitely on his team, it's just Thorfinn and Bjorn really, and I guess the driver of the cart, and then Canute, but he doesn't really count at this point, does he? He's not a fighter. And as much as I'd like to say Thorfinn could probably fight all of those himself, maybe not. Maybe about half. And Askeladd can take the other half, and then Bjorn can drive. I don't know. But yeah, that was the end of this week's episode. As I said, it felt sort of set-up-y, but I think I'm really enjoying it now. Like, it's still not up there in my complete favourites because you know, it's still a bit slow, but it's better than it. For me, it's picked up massively these last couple of weeks. Last few weeks. I'm sure people are gonna be like, it was good the whole time. It was good the whole time. I will agree. But yeah, I have no idea how I'd rate this thing when I get around to doing that. I'm not going to be in the video. I meant my own personal rating because I don't give ratings because that's the thing people will attach to. You know, they won't listen to what you think. They just care about the number. So yeah. But this episode, it was. I mean, it's to the point now where every week it come out like that was solid. I really can't wait for next week. So I guess it's done its job. I don't know how Askeladd's going to get out of it. Maybe he's going to have some friends. Maybe he's just going to run, I guess. I've got no clue where they're going to go now. Like, but I'm excited. I don't even really know what the end game is because surely they can't avoid a confrontation with Thorkel for another 8 episodes ish till the end of the series. So I am wondering what they're going to do. Are they, because they're not, are they still going for the king, even though Ragnar told him that the king's not going to help Canute? Who knows? Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews and liking, commenting, and all the other things that YouTube likes. Oh, excuse me. I will see you next week for another episode of this, and bye guys.